Hey, this is Monty Bunny from the home of the myth.
Hi, this is Nikki Taylor.
Hey everyone, this is Eric, creator of Left on Green Marijuana Support Page. It's about time we all twist it up.
And I just wanted to say that I really love your guys' show. It's fucking fantastic.
I just wanted to say,
Keep up the good work.
keep up the good shit, man. This show is fucking
There
dope.
is nothing like it anywhere. I listen to it every week.
I listen toked up and stoked up.
I look forward to it. You guys are funny as hell.
And you're listening to
You are listening to
It is what it is.
It Is What It Is on the Zero G Network.
the Zero G Network
Every Sunday
from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m.
on Zero G Network.
Because it is what it is and nothing will hold them down.
Because nothing will hold them down.
Because nothing will hold them down. You hear me? Nothing!
Hello, it's Phreze of the Zero G Network. Just wanted to take the time again to thank our listeners.
Hey, hold on a second. I got something to say.
Wait,
it's important.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah. No, look, check it out, man.
What are you talking about?
Riot Radio, baby. We're going to Riot Radio.
Riot Radio?
That's right. We're going to Riot Radio.
Wait, what?
That's right, baby. You'll be able to hear the craziness of Andrew, Ed.
Me too, right?
Yeah, sure. On It Is What It Is. It all starts with our totally kick-ass on-location party episode of It Is What It Is on the Zero G Network, because nothing will hold us down. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a riot.
Are you searching for a pre-owned vehicle that fits your budget? Do you want a quality car you can afford? Then you need to call Mindy Pluma at All-Star Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram at 314-288-5393. She's got single-owner cars under $12,000. If you want a quality car that fits into your budget, call Mindy Pluma at 314-288-5393. That's 314-288-5393. Tell her you heard about the great deals from It Is What It Is on the Zero G Network. That's 314-288-5393. That's 314-288-5393. That's Mindy Pluma at All-Star Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Contains explicit language, crude humor, and sexual references. The Zero G Network vehemently expresses that parental discretion be used with regard to this podcast. Thank you.
You're just moments away from hearing the debut starring Motown, Philly Mifflin, and, of course, myself. Yep, we're going to be coming in for Tweaked Geeks right after a few of these little musical selections. So, you ready, buddy?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can, sort of. Mostly. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the debut episode of Tweaked Geeks. Yeah, it takes a minute for us to kind of switch things around from show to show, but we are working it out. You probably just heard us on It Is What It Is. That's Iwi, baby. Yep, I-I-W-I-I. We're here in the studio right now with Motown, Philly Mifflin. Say what's up, Phil.
What's up?
What's up? Phil is here. I am here. And we are here for nerds everywhere. Yeah, that's right. We're here for you nerds. Geeks. Dweebs. Spaz. Am I showing my age there with the terms?
Maybe.
Okay, fair enough. You are listening to Tweaked Geeks. all things geek. It's going to be some wonderful stuff. Phil, welcome to the studio.
Thank you. Welcome.
Even though we've been here about, what, 3 hours now? 3, 4?
Man, I feel like I just walked in the door.
Right? Damn. Kind of sounds like it, too. You're kind of quiet today. But
Yeah,
you were
maybe
like...
I'll adjust.
You were like...
Is that any better?
Yeah, a little bit. There you go.
Hey, I hate this mic.
Oh. It's like... That's your stuffs. Oh. So... We have got a lot of stuff that we're going to be covering today. Lots of... Let me tell you what, man. We were talking about tech news earlier when we were talking with Woodstock about the Google Hangouts thing.
Oh, before you even mention the Google, I won't, because there's something that I want to start, and you'll be able to lead off.
Okay.
I promise.
Fair enough.
But something that I want to start with every show with is the day in nerd news history. What happened on this day in history?
Oh, nice.
And on September 4th of 1998, Google was founded.
Nice.
By Stanford University students Larry Page and Sergey Brin.
So then wait, today is Google's birthday.
Pretty much.
How well, happy birthday, Google. I need to find Google a gift, but...
They need to give me a gift.
I have to find Google a gift, but I don't know how to search for it and still keep it a surprise. I guess I'm going to have to Bing it.
Surprise! Yahoo.
Right. Yahoo's like, you only come around when you want something. When Google's not there for you.
Better yet, Facebook it.
Oh, wow. Nope. Nope. I hate Facebooking anything. So.
But anyway, what were you wanting to talk about with Google?
Yeah, well, now I feel bad because it's Google's birthday. I don't want to I don't want to get mad at it on its birthday. No, dude, they're doing away with Chrome for all stuffs except for the Chrome OS.
Well, yeah. We're already experiencing a problem with Google Chrome as it is, for the simple fact that Google is no longer allowing Java.
But that's been a while, though.
It has been a while, but that was like the first big step to their new change.
It was a big step, but then at the same time, you're like, they're going to fix this. They got to fix this. Like, Java's just too prevalent.
I don't know,
important.
Because the Edge plays the same game.
Ugh, don't get me started.
Yeah,
on
no,
Edge.
I'm with you on that one.
Just don't. And you know why I don't like Edge? Okay, so my Samsung security camera, their surveillance camera thing, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, I use that, and the web interface doesn't allow me to use Chrome, even though it says it's compatible with Chrome.
Right.
Chrome won't let me use it. But what's even worse than that is the fact that I have to use Windows Explorer, or Internet Explorer, rather, to view my feed and to control the camera system and all that. Okay, and I'm using Explorer on a Windows XP machine because it's the only way that I can view the viewer. Huh. Now get this. I'm thinking, okay, well, Chrome doesn't work, but I got Windows 10 over here, and surely Edge will work. Like, surely that'll happen. And I fire up Edge, and yeah, no. Literally, the only thing that I use my Microsoft Edge for is to run my Plex player. So that I can watch, my movie library and all that, like on Chromecast and things of that nature. But as far as Edge as like an app, as a program, what's the word I'm looking for? I think it's garbage. I don't like it. I think it is garbage. So let me ask you a question.
All right.
How much stuff do you just rando click when you're online? Like,
not as much as you would actually think.
That, you know what?
I mean, unless I'm out there specifically looking for something, I don't do a whole lot of clicking. I've got my go-to sites that I like to visit and whatnot, but
right.
Beyond that.
So, okay. So now we're familiar with ransomware.
Yes.
Okay, we're familiar with ransomware. That's for those of you listening and you don't know what ransomware is exactly. I guarantee you that at least 5 out of 7 of you have had this problem. Check this out. You get this message on your computer. Doesn't let you access your desktop, your taskbar, and none of the real functions. And it's just like a lady's voice in the background repeating the same message that you need to contact someone to get your computer fixed. That your computer is messed up.
Yep.
And you are all the way out there. You're out there bad. You need to get your stuff fixed. They give you an 800 number. And then, of course, you know, rando everyday person, they want their computer fixed. So they call this number. They call it because they think it's trusting and legit. And these people tell you, oh, we can fix it. Yeah, we know what's wrong with it. You know, you pay us a couple $100 and we'll reach in there and we'll fix your computer. And all they're doing is just kind of hitting the snooze button on this ransomware because it's going to come back. And then you're going to be mad, and they're going to tell you again, well, you know, it's something that you did wrong. And this problem has gotten so big, actually, back in April, April 4th, believe it or not. Yeah, not Google's birthday. Hackers were using ransomware to target everyone.
Wow.
Okay, not just consumers, but big businesses, too.
Right.
Okay, big businesses, big and small, and municipalities. Yeah, they were using ransomware on like government computers.
Wow.
Okay, and that's bold. That's real bold. They basically, and let me get my browser here to load. Come on, Google, it's your birthday. Don't be lazy. There you go. They said hackers are using ransomware to target everyone from consumers to businesses to municipalities, and that payoff is huge. Just out of Plainfield, New Jersey, and that's roughly 50,000 people, by the way, fell victim to hackers, and they're still working to get their files back.
Wow.
Still working.
April 4th this year?
Yes. Mayor Adrian Mapp said hackers infiltrated their computer systems when an employee clicked on an infected link. City officials scrambled to pull the servers offline, but 3 were compromised, leaving emails and other city files inaccessible.
That's not that QAW bot thing, is it? Do you know?
I don't know.
Huh.
I don't know.
Because our company was infected by this thing.
Whatever it is, it's nasty. Because she's stating, they're like, we have 10 years worth of documentation we can't look at. 10 years in a municipality database. That's
messed up.
That's quite a bit. The hijackers held the files ransom, demanding roughly 650 euros. Oh, and they ordered it in Bitcoin. They didn't want cash. They're like, give it to me in Bitcoin.
That's right. Don't want to be tracked.
Mapp sought the assistance from law enforcement, but law enforcement didn't know what Bitcoin was. So they were unable to help. It's a very serious problem, and it cries out for a solution, and we don't have it at the local level. Plainfield was a victim of ransomware. It's a type of malware that cybersecurity experts and law enforcement officials says is spreading nationwide. Everyone should be concerned. They prey on people's willingness to click on the latest viral videos. They prey on people's willingness to click through the Facebook links. That they are even sending spam in addition to emails through Twitter.
Wow.
Yeah. So people are getting ransom jacked through Twitter. 140 characters, and it's over with. That's yeah, and it's.
So I've got a little bit of tech news.
Give it to me.
All right.
Yeah.
Zuckerberg. We know who Zuckerberg is, right?
He's everybody's friend.
That's right. Zuckerberg programmed his new AI butler to ignore his wife. Yes, the Zuckerberg estate recently welcomed a new employee, a Jarvis-like AI assistant who only takes orders from the man of the house. And it's actually configured like that on purpose.
Wow. So Zuckerberg built a misogynistic robot.
As hilarious as it would be to think that Mark Zuckerberg actually did an interview where he revealed that he was the only one that was going to be giving orders to this ultra-modern smart home, that's not the case. The truth is that he's still going through beta testing with his AI butler, and that, for right now, it's easier to have it configured to work with only one voice.
I feel like that's a lie. Oh man!
Everybody's trying to be Tony Stark.
I want to know what the robot says to the wife. Like, does it just plain not speak to her at all? Like, it just ignores her, or does it turn around and it's like, I can't do that.
Well, if he's telling the truth, then it would obviously be ignoring her because it doesn't recognize her voice command. But yeah, if you can program it to, say some honorary shit, you know what? Why don't you go make your own damn sandwich?
Wow. Just wow. So, we live in America and everybody sues everybody, right?
Yep.
Even in the tech sector. Well, there's a guy suing for $50 million or a free space flight. Yep. So, this story dated September 4th. Yep. And contributed by Megan O'Day. That's right. Israel's space communication wants compensation for the Spacecom satellite that blew up last week. Oh. Yeah. Israel's space communications said on Sunday that it could seek $50 million or a free flight. They were clear on that. I'm not making that part up. He said he won $50 million or a free flight to space from Elon Musk's SpaceX after a Spacecom communications satellite was destroyed last week by an explosion at SpaceX Florida launch site. Officials of the Israeli company said in a conference call with reporters Sunday that Spacecom could also collect $205 million from Israel Aircraft Industries. And they built the Amos 6 satellite, just so you know.
They want to get paid. Or a space flight.
Right. That's the part that's got me. They're like, you can give us the $50 million, or you can just save us a seat. Couple seats, maybe. I want to take my lady.
See, that's kind of bold for the simple fact, if you stop to think about it, I mean, they hit a satellite, so their trajectory is not exactly on top. Wow. So, but you want a space flight from them. Oh, okay. It's your funeral.
Well, apparently people weren't too optimistic about Spacecom's stock in that, okay, because they're looking at declines of between $30 and $123 million. Huh. Yeah, they're looking at losses like that. Wow. The day of the explosion, which it's reported as Thursday, the day of the explosion, Spacecom shares went down 9%. That's where it was on the last trading day of the week. When trading resumed on Sunday morning, their stock plummeted another 34%.
Wow.
So, at this point, you got to wonder if they're replaying that scene from the Hudsucker proxy, where people are just diving out the window and whatnot. That's just ugly. $123 million.
Wow.
I have no words. And I guess that's why they figured maybe asking for the free space flight. Mm-hmm. Maybe, they're like, "Hey, we could sue you for $50 million, but we've taken a look at your stock portfolio. We don't think you're going to have it." So
we'll settle on a flight.
Right. I mean,
just take me a trip,
right?
Round trip, round the moon.
We want a free space flight. We'll cover gas. We'll pay for fuel. Yeah. Real quick.
All right.
Explain this Brexit thing to me.
Oh man, you're talking to the wrong person.
Okay, fair enough. Moving
on. Something about, I don't know, people wanting out of, or people getting kicked out of Britain or something like that. I don't know. What does this have to do with being a nerd? Okay. I mean,
the reason I asked is because it was above a nerd story and it caught my attention.
Oh, okay. Well,
okay. See how that works?
I guess.
Okay. S-Fist.
Me. I don't know. Maybe Mike's got a comment on what Brexit is.
Okay. You know what? Maybe then. I don't know. Maybe. Well, yeah. So, look, he does have comments.
That's what I said.
I'm looking. Well, hell, I didn't know.
Me.
Me is what he says.
So
I will meme him. Okay, so Uber, right? the car service where the car service
the
where
new
you
taxi.
can like
Trans-Pacific Partnership.
Yeah, you can like GPS. You can message somebody or hit an app on your smartphone.
Say, give me a ride.
Right, and have a custom-made serial killer delivered right to where you are via the miracle of GPS.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, guess what?
It happened.
Well, I'm sure it did. But my thinking is that now they've kind of ruined the Uber thing because they've taken the driver, or are in the process of taking the driver, completely out of the equation. Yep. S-Fist has spotted Uber's self-driving cars on the streets of San Francisco. Yeah.
The computer taking another man's job.
You know what? Whoever had the job to try to green light the driverless cars for Uber had the best idea ever. Remember how bad everybody knocked the Google self-driving car?
Yeah.
Okay, everybody knocked it because they're like, "What? This is dangerous and it'll never work." And woo woo. But you hadn't given a purpose for it, other than okay, it's a self-driving car. Like maybe I could buy one, but then what the hell would I need it for? It drives itself. Like
right.
I could just be like, go get my dry cleaning or something like that. Okay.
Mike says that's how we get Skynet.
Right? Uber did it completely different. Before they worked out the driving part, they're like, no, we're going to work out the dispatching issue first and get people interested, and then we're just going to roll it that way. And then they take the driver out. That's messed up. Do you know what that means? That means that technically Uber used human slave labor to get their product off the ground. And now they're yeah. And you should see this car. This car is like a beast. It first of all, it looks like it has like a command center or something stuck on the top of it. It is absolutely ridiculous looking.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure there's a couple of subwoofers up there, up on the top. But yeah. So the Uber cars, they're driving down the San Francisco streets. All right. They have what is the sensor array on the top is known as menacing.
Wow.
Okay, menacing. And when you see something that says it's menacing, you want no part of it. It's unclear whether the cars are actually operating autonomously as part of a live road test or if they're just in transit and being driven by humans. Uber hasn't announced yet a test program in San Francisco, as it did earlier this year for Pittsburgh, where they're now publicly testing the vehicles.
Huh.
And California has also some of the stricter autonomy regulations in the country, and the California DMV does not list Uber as having a testing permit in the state. So, yeah. But the video that's been shot, the one that S-Fist got, apparently it shows the car's LiDAR, and I believe it's laser imaging and directional something radar. I know that.
Okay, it sounds like cars telling you when you're lying or not.
Wow. That's
Are you drunk?
Put gas in me. I don't have the money. Stop lying. I'm so thirsty.
I cannot start this car.
Oof.
You look drunk.
Right.
I'm not drunk.
Now,
You're lying.
Now, they said that California hadn't issued the license for Uber to test this driverless car. Okay. But the video that they shot, apparently they shot it in California. And the car has no driver in it because it says that the LiDAR imaging was rolling. That's what the video says. And it says it indicates that at least part of the autonomy system is active. And it also means that Uber may very well have acquired a testing permit in California. And then just because of some confidentiality thing and whatnot, the company apparently did not respond to comment when asked about California directly. So there it is. Uber is now driving itself. They're going to take the humans out of the equation, and we will all end up slaves to the machine beast.
Thank you, Skynet.
Thank you, Skynet. So, what kind of phone do you have? What kind of?
I've got a Samsung S5.
All right. I have a Note 5.
Good thing you don't have a Note 7.
Yeah,
I guess that's where you're going with it, huh? I had that same article.
Had that? Is it the recall instructions?
Yep. After exploding batteries.
Oh yeah.
Boom.
Oh yeah. That's Andrew hit me the other day, and he was like, he was saying, "What kind of phone do you have?" or something like that, and I was like, it's this, and he was like, "Okay, good. You don't have this because I don't want you to look even more messed up when that phone blows up in your face." And I'm like, ugh, like hot phone battery blowing up in your face? Like, I believe in Harvey Dent. That was my comment.
Well, what kind of world are we living in where the iPhone is getting better press?
Not one I want to be a part of.
Than the Galaxy.
Not one. I told you about saying the word iPhone in my house. Told you that.
I'm sorry.
I told you that. Told you about that foul language in my home. My children live here. Okay. You're going to talk about Apple products around a bunch of kids? You disrespectful mother. Okay, I'm sorry. The Samsung Galaxy...
Not this show.
Okay, my bad. The Samsung Galaxy Note 7 recall is official.
Bam.
With Samsung making clear that all models of the Galaxy Note 7 should not be used from this point forward. Okay, so it wasn't even like part of the line. I thought that it was just like a smattering, sprinkled few. They're like, no, the whole project
everything.
They're like, the whole project is crap. They're like, what made it do? Okay, hold on. Users that own the Samsung Galaxy Note 7 should take care not to charge their devices, nor, if possible, even use the devices at all until replacements can be distributed.
In other words, throw that shit in the trash. Fireproof bag.
I would like to go on record as saying the first swear word of the show is yours. So.
Okay. Fair enough.
That one was yours. I get the one on right, though. So, yeah. So they're saying don't charge it, don't use it at all, don't touch it, don't look at it. If your phone rings, your house will burn to the ground or some crap like that. Samsung has issued an official statement on the subject, and all major carriers of the device in the United States have issued instructions for early buyers. Okay.
Has it even been released yet?
Well, hold on. On the 31st of October, yeah, it has, I guess, because on the 31st of October or August 2016, Samsung confirmed with Reuters that they were delaying shipments of the Note 7. They suggested that the shipments had been delayed for quality control testing. Which, I gotta know how that went. And that, because now at this point, do their quality testers get hazard pay? Because, I mean, if you know for a fact that thing's going to blow up when you pull it out of the box.
How do you quality test it? I mean, what do you carry around in your pocket all day and hope it doesn't burn?
No, you carry it around in your pocket for 30 minutes, and then you're like, you know what? I'm not this brave, and you throw it in the trash can, and you go get yourself a Note 5, or an S5,
or an S5,
or
an S6.
Yes,
anything other than the Note 7.
And it's every phone. It's every one in the. So, I guess when Samsung makes a new phone, they should make the Samsung Safe. That's what it should be called.
It's going to be the Note Samsung 8, Safe. As in we ate it.
I don't know. I don't know why they didn't just continue to go ahead and release the phone and then just call OtterBox up and be like, hey, y'all lead line these at all? Like, can we? How are y'all making them things they detonate like pipe bombs and stuff in? Can we get one of those?
Note 7-cent raise for hazard pay.
Right. 7 cents? Really? If anybody ever handed me 7 cents for anything except maybe to change me for 7 different cents, I'd probably throat chop them.
Wow.
Samsung is committed to producing the highest quality products, and we take every incident report from our valued customers very seriously. I mean, until lately, because there have been so many, we haven't been able to pay close attention. Now we just have stacks of papers and lawsuits in our office, and we have no idea what's going on, and we can't call anybody because everyone in the company upgraded to Note 7s. Oh, man. We've conducted a thorough investigation and found a battery cell issue. To date, well, okay, sorry, not to date, but up until the 1st of the month, there had been 35 cases that have been reported globally, and we are currently conducting a thorough inspection with our suppliers to identify possibly affected batteries in the market. However, because our customers' safety is an absolute priority at Samsung, we have stopped sales of the Galaxy Note 7. So there it is.
Sad day for Samsung.
Yeah. They say how many Note 7 units are defective. Okay, so
Still
apparently
counting.
yeah. They don't know how many are affected because they don't know how many they sold. Let's see. It says Samsung suggests. Doesn't say or it doesn't say Samsung states. Doesn't even say Samsung implies or assures. It says suggests. So I don't really know. They suggest that 24 of every 1 million units sold are defective. So this comes to approximately one bad phone for every 42,000. There have been 35 of them reported so far. So I guess that's not following that math. That's not too bad. If it's 24 of a million and there have been 35 reported thus far, then that means that they've probably sold about 1.25 million phones. We're talking about 1.25 million phones, something like that. I think. I don't know because it's math and I don't do that.
Yep, we know.
But fun fact, if by some impossible miracle all cases had already reported and Samsung's numbers hold up, the company will have sold about 1.47 million devices since the Samsung Galaxy Note went on sale in mid-August. You want a new device? You got the Note 7? You can't talk on it? Can't call nobody? Well, they haven't released the instructions on how to get a new phone. However, each individual carrier, they have stepped up with statements and instructions of their own.
Wow.
So, don't go to Samsung for your update stuff. Well, no, now apparently you can because now they've just updated that. Apparently, they've issued a full set of instructions. Apparently, so that's good. So, and you know what? Envy Jade in the chat room. Not going to. Yeah.
Look at Phreze acting like he knows math.
You know,
how cute.
Disrespectful. Okay, anyway. So, as a gesture of appreciation, consumers will receive a $25 gift card.
How much did the phone cost?
Wait. Or a bill credit. Not both. Okay. Because, lithium-ion battery blown up in your pants or your face.
It's only worth $25.
Which, by the way, is half the price of what you paid for the OtterBox you put your phone in, which is now also ruined. I love it.
Wow.
I love it. And this is only if you get with their little exchange program. So that's just awesome. They're going to give you a gift card. And you can find details for the recall policy for most of the major carriers regarding this story. That can be found on slashgear.com. So make sure you get over there and check that out. And by the way, I absolutely love SlashGear. I love this site. I love it. So what do you got?
I've got games. I've got science fiction, fantasy. I've got horror. What do you want?
Give me horror. Just
you
go
want
ahead.
some horror? Okay. Well,
I need horror.
All right. Well, it was just revealed here recently that I don't know. Have you watched Stranger Things?
I have not.
Oh,
well, wait, the show?
Yeah, on Netflix.
Oh, okay. No, I have not.
Oh, you need to get on that.
No,
you
I can't.
No,
do
you
it.
need to get. It's 8 episodes.
I can't do it.
It's 8 episodes. You
can't.
can knock it out. Okay.
I can't do it. I don't ever have
well,
time.
it was Netflix has recently revealed that there will be a season 2.
How many episodes will that one be?
Actually, they just announced it is going to be 9 episodes this season. So we get a free episode. We get an extra episode. It's exciting. I have watched the show. I've seen it all, and I love it.
Extra long cliffhanger. Maybe.
See what happens.
Jade is still messed up about the $25 gift card. So
it's
messed up.
Yep, the show's going to be premiering sometime in 2017, but there will officially be a season 2, and that is exciting because they were kind of hinting around that they may not do it. it has been official. They are going to do it. Fans everywhere are excited.
Okay, well, that's fair. That's fair. I just haven't gotten to see it yet.
It's good.
I have heard good
It
things
is a
about it.
really good show.
Yes.
Okay, has the theme for American Horror Story Season 6 finally been revealed?
Well, what is it?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
What are they implying?
Okay, so
What are they leaking?
the Uncharted movie loses its... what am I doing?
See, you done lost yourself.
I done lost myself, okay? I'm
He
talking
lost
about, okay.
himself. That's how
The
nerd we are.
Here we
He
go.
just lost yourself in it.
The nebulous marketing for the next season of the show has been annoying at best, but it seems like the theme for the new season has finally emerged. Fans have spotted TV listings in the latest print TV guide describing the show as American Horror Story: The Mist.
Oh, okay, I'm done.
The title of one of the many promos released ahead of the show's return that revealed a golem-esque monster crawling out of the mysterious mist. Hence the title.
They should not have used that title because the movie that was called The Mist. I wish I could say that it was missed. I wish that I could say I never saw it at all. It was terrible, and it was a forever in my life that I'll never get back.
I've honestly never seen it.
You ain't missed much.
Well, there we go.
You missed. We're done.
And I've got one more in the horror section. Have you heard that they're bringing back Rocky Horror? There is going to be a Rocky Horror remake.
Okay, first of all, they're going to F that up. Second of all, and keep in mind, I say that, and I've never seen the original. Now, right now, everybody within the sound of my voice was like, "You've never seen the..."
And they just turned off the podcast, and that's the end of the show. Might as well pack up. Let's
Okay,
go home. No.
Fair enough. I didn't see.
Well, here's the thing. Tim Curry has endorsed it. He is all for it. And
well,
Tim Curry,
of course.
Well, Tim Curry was the original Frankenfurter.
Mm-hmm.
You like I know what like you know what I'm talking about. You ain't seen it. Shut up.
I haven't seen it, but for real, how long ago did the Rocky Horror Picture Show come out?
Ooh, what was that? 70s?
Okay, see, yeah, all right. Now, knowing that I was born in the last part of the 70s, we can concede that the Rocky Horror Picture Show has been a phenomenon in pop culture.
That's right.
For at least 30 some odd years.
Okay.
Almost 40.
Sure.
Okay. You don't think that I've not heard one Rocky Horror Picture Show
way you act,
reference?
The way you act.
Or seen one meme?
I don't know. But I will post the
you can get this Frankenfurter. Go ahead.
I'll post the trailer on our Facebook page.
Go ahead. You do that.
Yeah.
But no, I think
will
they're
do
gonna.
that.
I think they're gonna mess it up, and I'm not saying that because I know much about the original. I'm saying it because that's just one of those properties that should just never be touched.
I don't know. I mean, I agree. I understand what you're saying, and I agree. But I've seen the previews to this, and it doesn't look half bad. And I am looking forward to it.
Here's the thing. I don't judge a movie on how the previews look. And there's two reasons that I won't do that. And those two reasons are Suicide Squad. Because I've heard some
I got through half of that.
Really awful things.
I got through half of that.
I want to see it.
I was not happy with the Joker.
You said you were not happy with the Joker, but you weren't happy with him, were you?
I was not happy.
You were not happy.
I was not happy.
Okay, I thought you said you were not
I'm
happy.
sorry, Jared Leto, worst Joker ever. Ever.
Well, hold on though. That might have been just on screen, because you remember they were talking about all that off screen stuff he did, and that's some pretty Joker-esque type stuff.
Yeah.
They should have just cut all his movie footage and just filmed all that. Dyed his hair up, put him in a purple suit, and just let him run around the back lot at the studio.
I'm having a hard time with the look. I'm having a hard time with the acting. I just could not get behind this Joker. Now, I'm not comparing him to Heath Ledger, okay? I'm not. I'm actually trying to compare him to a live action Mark Hamill.
You can't do that either. You can't do that. Look, if you compare an actor playing something to another actor playing something, then that's different. That's the
You still
comparison.
have to have a baseline, though.
Right. But when we're talking about this type of comparison, we're not talking about it from actor to actor. We're talking about it from this actor's interpretation versus the source material. And that was my only issue with it, and it was really the only reason that I wanted to see Suicide Squad. See, the reason that I wanted to see it. Oh, did he just say lice action Batman? Oh,
Lice action.
Autocorrect me, messing a player up. I love it. Lice action Batman.
Batman Beyond.
Oh, the Batman Beyond.
Beyond the hair.
No, it's
Lice action.
Yeah, no, it'd be bald Batman. Batman and the Knicks. No, the reason I wanted to see this Suicide Squad is because I'm looking at the Jokers in that preview. I'm looking at that, and the way that I saw it, or at least the way that I understood it, was that this might be a rebellious teenage Joker or a young adult Joker, you know, and
no,
for me that's where I felt like it you know, that's where I felt like it maybe would land. Like this was some sort of kind of origin story that happened to kind of, you know, have the Joker's origin story and have more of a...
I don't know. I get more of the impression it was more like the Joker trying to be Penguin.
See, and again, I didn't see it yet, so...
I'll tell you one good thing that did come from the movie.
Okay.
Okay, and that was Harley Quinn. I absolutely loved her as Harley Quinn.
I love that actress, Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie.
Ever since The Wolf of Wall Street, I loved her.
There's only one other person, and I'm sorry, if I'm comparing again, that's what I do.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
But I would love to see Harley played live action by Tara Strong, who is the voice talent behind Harley in the animated series.
I would love it, but I think that it would be difficult for her to keep up with the physical requirements of that role and then still hold that iconic tonality. That Mr. J. Yeah, I think that would be difficult for her.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Well, I tell you what, we can get some more people in the comments and maybe we can vote it out and find out.
Anybody want to voice their opinion on this?
Yes. Give us your opinion, because that's what we do here at the Zero G Network. We take your opinion
and we tear it all up.
Yep. we rip it up and throw it on the floor and burn it for heat. So, yeah. No, I wanted to see it just because I thought that it was a younger take. But now that it's kind of a, you know, everybody's described it basically as a mess. Now that everybody's described it that way.
Look, here's the thing. I haven't been impressed with any of the DC movies that have come out here lately. I mean, ever since Christopher Nolan did his take on the Batman trilogy, the Dark Knight trilogy, those were awesome. Those were spectacular.
They were awesome. There were a lot of things that I would have changed. Like a
Man
few
of
little
Steel
tweaks.
came out and the ball was dropped.
Didn't see it, and I knew the ball would be dropped. I knew the ball would be dropped.
And then Dawn of Justice came out, ball was dropped again.
Do you know why I knew that they were going to drop the ball on Man of Steel?
Let's hear it.
What was that, Superman 4 or 5? Which one was it where he had like the laser vision that also made bricks and put the Great Wall of China back together? Yeah, that stuff.
It was either 3 or 4.
That stuff. No, I'm pretty sure it was 4.
There was no 5. If you're talking about the Christopher Reeves series, there was only 4.
Okay, so then it had to be 4.
Okay,
but it was, and I know you've seen the sequence that I'm talking about.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Absolutely terrible execution of Superman, and I kind of feel like they were in such a rush to compete with Marvel.
And that's the problem. They were in a rush.
Yeah. And you can't.
They're trying to pop these out to catch up.
Here's the thing. I don't understand why DC, who apparently wants to copy Marvel's current game plan behind the release of movies, behind creating, an entire universe in which multiple movies and multiple characters can exist.
Yeah.
Okay? And don't get me wrong, Marvel's not pulled this off, seamlessly. There are still a lot of consistency issues within the Marvel universe, but for the most part, they've held it together. They've held it pretty tight.
Right.
But if you recall, it wasn't always that way.
No.
Okay? In fact,
Marvel used to pull out some crappy stuff.
And crappy is
Putting it nicely.
right. Crappy is that polite. You just said, "Oh, I saw that movie. It was rather crappy," and then you immediately put an hors d'oeuvre in your mouth because you can't say anything else to this person. They're going to start crying. Okay, Marvel should their lessons that they learned from early putting out cinematics.
Michael, that is messed up, and I don't know how many times I got to tell you that.
Wow, I can't even read that. I can't. But no, I think that it is completely messed up that DC wanted to copy Marvel so badly, but yet not learn from any of the mistakes.
Here's the thing. DC has got a good thing going on with their series.
And
they have a great collection. I love the TV series.
The
different ones that are
DC
coming
series I've got into, and this was your fault, was Smallville. That was the only one that I could watch.
You say that like it was a bad thing.
Because I would get funny looks when people be like, "Hey, man,
Smallville is what started this whole television franchise for DC."
Yes, but my only problem with DC's television shows is the fact that they drag and drag. They drag like a hillbilly's pickup truck in the woods. Okay.
Wow, that hurts.
They do. The pickup truck thing, or the fact that I'm talking about DC?
Both.
Okay, fair enough. So
I see that surprises me that you haven't even picked up Gotham yet. Of all the series.
Hold on. I plan to. I do.
Because Gotham is really good.
But what season are they in right now?
They are in the middle of season 2.
Okay.
Or about to start season 2.
There's my thing. If the series is one of those that I like where it just picks up really quickly, and then it's not necessarily about action, but you've got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of plans being laid, a lot of things coming together that will culminate in this season-ending episode, and bring you closer to the cinematic universe of these same characters that you're dealing with. Okay,
see, Michael puts it best right now. As far as the series go, kind of like comics.
But comics are something that you can do and take at your own pace. If a comic is dragging and you don't really, you're not really digging that, you could put the book down and come back to it in a bit, because that's how books are presented. And
you can do the same thing with the TV series these days.
But you can do the same with the TV series, but it is a very jarring, it pulls you out of that moment. It pulls you out of that universe. And if you were already pulled out because you're not feeling yourself in it, it's going to be that much harder to go back into it. So I'm going to do the same thing that I did with Smallville and wait until there's a bunch of it available for me.
7 seasons are out.
Right. So then that way, by the time I get to the meat and potatoes that I want, I've been able to do that because I've been able to go right there. I binge watch. Okay?
See,
I binge watch stuff.
Speaking of Smallville, I just got my brother Michael into the show. I mean, he never saw it.
Ever?
Ever.
Oh, wow.
I just recently, in these last few weeks, got him into the show.
Oh.
And, like, we're currently rolling in the middle of season 2.
Keep watching, Mike. Keep watching Smallville. Keep doing it. Smallville's about to get a whole lot bigger. I promise you. What season's he on?
Oh, we're like in the middle of season 2.
Oh, okay. Well, no, but
we got 10 seasons.
Stuff's picking up by season 2.
Yeah.
Stuff, and again,
they're starting to get into the whole mythology of it.
Here's the thing. I think that Smallville worked as a series because you automatically went in knowing that this is going to be an origin story. You are not going to see Clark Kent the reporter. You're not going to see Superman the hero. You're going to see little Clarky in his dad's tractor trying to figure out why he can't fly and stuff like that. And I think that was a cool take, to be able to take an iconic character and break them down like that. But I don't think that this works with every character. Okay? Gotham, without having seen it, I would sit back and say, okay, well, obviously we're looking at the origin of Batman. We're looking at the origin of these supervillains and all of this stuff. Okay, that's all cool. But what was going on while Batman was playing marbles and riding his bike and stuff? You know, what?
They kind of cover that. They cover. You're
I feel like that would be a very boring story.
No, actually, it's really interesting. Bruce's take in this show, because there's not to give anything away or anything, but the show literally picks up with the death of the Waynes.
Okay, so the intro episode,
yes, involves the death of the Waynes, and it focuses on Gordon. And him dealing with this child who lost his parents and all of these villains coming out of the works.
Okay.
The story really focuses on Gordon, if anything else.
Okay. So now, then I'm going to ask this question. Actually, I'm going to ask a bunch, and I want yes or no answers.
Okay. Yes or no.
And then I want yes or no, or good or bad.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to throw out some names. I'm going to throw out some things.
All right.
And I want you to tell me how Gotham represents them, if at all. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So, are we ready?
Okay.
Alfred.
Good.
Okay, so they represent him good. He's good. Okay. Scarecrow.
Hard to answer.
Okay, because I know he's in it. I've seen some of the written stuff and some of the
hard to answer.
Promo stuff. Yeah. Okay.
Hard to answer.
Okay, fair enough. Penguin.
Interesting.
Okay. Fair enough. Oswald Cobblepot. Who is Mr. Phreze?
Loved it.
Okay, so he is in it.
Yes.
Okay, now that would be worth me starting some Gotham. I might start tonight.
That was a lot of fun.
I might start now. Let me ask you a question. Is he Mr. Phreze at this point, or is he still Victor?
He's Victor.
Okay, he's Victor. Is Nora alive? Nora as well?
Yes.
Okay, so we're even at that origin. We can see that origin.
And also, you're wanting the answers of when they were introduced. So yes.
No. I don't want the answers of when they were introduced. If they're in it, they're in it, and if they're not, they're not. But what I want to know is how they're represented. How are they played?
Gotcha.
You
okay,
know,
so yeah, so far, so yeah.
Okay. What big name talent is in this in Gotham? Okay, well, no immediate answer, so I'm going to say none. All right. So
Chiklis is in it.
Are you talking about Michael
Chiklis?
Yeah, but you know what? I can understand that because,
Ben McKenzie's kind of...
Marvel did him wrong.
I mean, Gordon's played by Ben McKenzie.
Wait, Ben McKenzie?
Yeah, he's kind of coming around now.
Oh.
But Jada Pinkett Smith is in it.
What does she play?
She plays Mooney, which is it's a character that was created for the show.
Oh, okay. See, now that...
No,
I have problems with
hold
that.
on.
And that's not just with this show. That's
here,
with any show.
No, here, hold on. Before you even jump to conclusions on that.
Okay.
Here's the thing. You got a lot of villains out there that had no origin stories in the first place. So they're going to throw somebody at you to build towards a villain that you may know. Why right now Mooney may be somebody... Take, for example, I've got the perfect one for you. Joker.
Okay, which again, you know what? I'm not even going to ask. I'm not going to ask about Joker. I'm going to leave that.
Leave that one for your imagination.
Jared Leto hurt me.
And
I can't open.
You haven't even seen the movie.
I can't open my heart again. That's right. I haven't seen, and that's why it hurts. That's why it hurts. I haven't even gotten a chance to go to the theater and decide if the movie sucks. Or decide if that Joker sucks for myself. It's not even like it's a mixed feeling. It's not like you got a bunch of people saying, well, no, that Joker was awesome. And then a bunch of people saying, no, that Joker sucked. Like, it's the general consensus like, Jared Leto played the Joker, and then everybody that watched the movie automatically became Batman because they now all hate him. All of them. Everyone hated Jared Leto as a Joker. And that makes me sad because I still want to see the movie.
So watch the movie.
But now I have to go into it knowing that the Joker's going to suck. Do you understand what that's like?
So
that's like going on a date knowing that the person is absolutely insane.
Nah. Everybody's got their own opinion. See, just because Jared Leto was horrible...
Is it horrible? Is that your nice way of putting it?
Does not mean the rest were. And we're talking about the Squad.
The Squad. Squad.
I mean, Will Smith was awesome in it.
And see, now I read some stuff that said that Will Smith didn't bring his A game this time around.
I don't agree with that.
And
I thought he was great.
Okay, well, I mean, he looked great in the he looked great in the previews.
But you don't
But then again, to me, so did the Joker, but not in the context of, oh, that's like a lot of people were looking at it and they're saying, okay, I know the Joker to be this way, okay, and you compare the Joker to like a few baseline examples: Cesar Romero from the 60s. Of course, Jack Nicholson. All right.
Right.
Not most recently, but before Leto, of course, Ledger.
Right.
Not to mention the absolutely phenomenal and iconic representation of the Joker as done audibly by Mark Hamill.
Yes.
Who, for those of you non-nerds listening to the show right now,
turn off the show now.
That's Darth Vader's kid. Okay.
You don't know who.
Yeah, you remember.
If you do not know who Mark Hamill is, you are listening to the wrong show.
You remember Mark Hamill, right? You remember Darth Vader's kid, right? Yeah, you know, he was like, "I'm your daddy." Then he cut off his spanking hand. Remember that? Yeah. That guy is the guy that plays the Joker in most of the DC animated universe, and there's a couple of other guys that play him. And I actually give mad respect to the couple of other guys that have played the Joker in animated series, because some of these guys' interpretation of the Joker is so good. I actually thought that a couple of these were Mark Hamill. I seriously thought that. For example, Under the Red Hood, Batman Under the Red Hood,
right?
Animated. I don't think Mark Hamill played the Joker in that one. Yeah, look it up.
I'm looking it
Look it up.
Under the Hood?
Under the Red Hood. Batman Under the Red Hood. Look that up. And yeah, I do not think that Mark Hamill played that Joker.
Yeah, keep talking. I'm looking.
Right. But now, my question to that becomes,
who?
Right, because I can't remember. Because I can't remember his name. But yeah, but nonetheless, he played a phenomenal part in that. And then, of course, just as you get good actors that fall into big iconic voice roles like that and do them really well, you also have some actors that get in there and just butcher it, and then you get mad because they were good actors. Like, you liked them in other stuff that they were in. You dug it.
Right.
Take, for example, the what was it? It was the Batman movie, and Kevin Conroy did not do the voice. Peter Weller did. You know, remember Peter Weller?
Yeah, I remember Peter Weller.
RoboCop.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like Peter Weller in most of the stuff that I've seen him in. I dig it. Okay. I mean, set RoboCop down for a minute. We're talking about, okay, Sons of Anarchy. Sons of Anarchy.
It was
Peter Weller played a damn good role in that. Yeah. Now, who was it played by, though? Who was it?
John DiMaggio.
Thank you, John DiMaggio. He plays in Futurama.
Yeah.
Yes, he is a Futurama fame. So, yeah, again, he did a killer job. And you've seen that movie, right?
But interesting enough, this movie had a very impressive voice talents.
Oh yeah. No, it was an absolutely awesome movie. Batman Under the Red Hood is one of my favorite animated DC properties.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's one of those that just really works all the way around. It captures a bit of backstory, it captures a bit of origin story, and it doesn't overdo the origin story.
It was really good. I've seen it.
Yes. But again, Mark Hamill didn't play that Joker. So, going back to what I was saying, when you sit back and you compare these portrayals of the Joker and all of these different DC properties, okay, like you were trying to say a while back, you were like, I'm not comparing. No, you are comparing to an extent. You just have to make sure that you know what comparison you're making. Are you comparing it acting talent for acting talent, or are you comparing the presentation of that character not just as they were acted and delivered, but written? I'm sure Jared Leto did not get the wild-ass idea to do the tattoos and all that all over himself, nor did he get the idea to go ahead and put in a grill. Okay? Because so far, that's my only problem. But again, I had that problem from the standpoint of I'm looking at this thinking that this is going to be a younger Joker. This is a more hot-headed, immature, just figuring things out in the criminal underworld Joker who is off the chain like a wild dog, and therefore has kind of, punked up his look because of age. And that would have made sense to me, but the grill thing didn't make sense because I'm like, okay, I've seen Joker in later years and he's just got regular teeth, so, where did all that go? But that was my only physical appearance problem. But now knowing that apparently he's supposed to be like the same age as he's been portrayed in, other properties and things like that and whatnot, well, now we're presented a continuity issue. And actually, the Joker has already created 2 continuity issues within the DC universe, although technically with one being a reboot, it would just be the one.
Okay, and what is that?
Well, think back. 89's Batman. Yeah, Joker died at the end.
Yeah, but we're talking about a reboot.
Right, and that's why I said, so
and
the reboot it'd be one.
This whole DC universe that they're creating right now is a reboot from. It started with the Man of Steel, Superman's Man of Steel. That's where the whole
That is a very poor jumping off point.
but that's where it started. That's where everything is based off of.
Mike says, for the role he was given, he was great. It was the character that was crap. And I'm paraphrasing crap because I don't know what sound that makes. but anyway, yeah, no, and again, you're right. You should take the interpretation for what it is at that particular time. But again, maybe I'm just upset because I thought that because of the previews and because of the way that he was presented and the actual physical appearance and all that, I figured that, that this has got to be some, younger, youthful, more, for lack of a better term, mad doggish version,
right,
of this character. And if that's the way it would have went, then that would have worked for me. If Suicide Squad was like, say, a prequel to the Dark Knight,
right, but then you would have it. Then you would run the risk of, how does Harley fall into all this?
Well,
because Harley is definitely after Joker.
The thing about villains, and I'm not talking about the big villains. I'm not talking about like the big names. You think Batman, you think Joker, you think Mr. Freeze, you think Penguin. You think of all these villains. When you talk about like some of the other villains that are more gimmicky than anything, you can almost cookie cut that, tweak up the origin story a little, and throw them back into the mix, whether they're dead or not. Okay, like you can kill one Poison Ivy. You can go ahead and put some weed killer on her. She can.
Killer.
Oh yeah. You can go ahead and just throw some. What was that? That Rid. Yeah. Just go ahead and spray some of that on her. But then, in 5 years, some other obsessed plant lady may very well be able to take up that moniker. And I don't think that people will sit back and say, well, that was a better Poison Ivy than that one, and that one was a better one than this one, so on and so forth, because Poison Ivy's only been represented in how many live action properties?
Live action?
Yeah.
Technically twice if you consider Gotham.
Okay, fair enough, because I didn't know she was in Gotham.
Yep,
okay.
there's a young Poison Ivy.
Without even having seen Gotham, I'm willing to bet that Poison Ivy is a lot better than the one that appeared in, what was it, Batman and Robin? Or Batman Forever?
If you want to judge a 10-year-old, but okay.
I don't know. Yeah, I will. You know why? Because I
think she definitely has the look.
Who, the one from Gotham or the one from...
The one from Gotham. The new one.
Okay, no, I'm not talking about, like, judging them as far as, anything of that nature. What I'm saying is you can intercut characters like that, I think. I think that if you just take, like, I mean, as iconic as Mr. Phreze is, think about all of the, like, ice-based villains in the DC universe. Just the DC universe. Batman's not even the only one that's got one.
No, there's Captain Frost from the Flash.
Right.
That's about the only other one I know.
No, there's that girl Frost, and then there's Captain Cold.
Oh, Captain Cold, thank you.
Captain Cold is Flash's enemy, and Frost
is actually one of Flash's as well.
Oh, okay, so he gets two? Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Okay, well, fair enough.
Or at least the representation of Flash on the WB.
Okay, that's fair.
There's...
But now, and again, that goes back to me saying, okay, we've got this one villain that's known for freezing stuff, and his name's Phreze. It has something to do with being cold. We're not talking about me here, people. we're talking about people that I like so much I took their name. Now, yeah, shut up. Anyway, did he say Uma Thurman was perfect? Oh my God, Michael, I thought I knew you. All right. Anyway, yeah, she was perfectly terrible. Anyway, I'm sorry, I don't like Uma Thurman. The only thing I've ever liked Uma Thurman in, ever, and I mean ever, was Pulp Fiction. That is it. That is, and Kill Bill. Okay. The Kill Bill movies. That's it. Those are the only three films that I ever liked Uma Thurman in.
I got one.
What?
Gattaca.
Never saw it.
Well, there you go.
Didn't see it. But, no, the Uma Thurman is, I can't, no. I don't know why she has to show her long, weird-looking feet in every movie. Just let's move on. Let's just move on. Let's move forward. I can talk about Uma.
No, I didn't think about that.
What?
Yeah, the Avengers. I'm not talking about Marvel's Avengers. I'm talking about the old British spy drama.
Yeah, I'm...
The Avengers.
Yeah. No, I can't do it.
With what was his name? Steed?
Stanley Speed. Every time I think about that, I think about Nick Cage's character from The Rock. His name was Stanley Goodspeed. And I have to sit back and wonder, when people, like, whose job is it on a movie to come up with the characters' names? Like, whose job is that? Because whoever came up with Stanley Goodspeed, they were asleep at the switch. For anybody that actually is named Stanley Goodspeed, who is listening to this broadcast
we
right
apologize.
Now. No, we don't. You have a stupid name. Your name is stupid, and nobody will like you. All right.
50% of us in the show disagree.
Okay, well, I'm going to say that the angrier half still thinks you have a stupid name. So there's that. Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. It happened. So, take me on into sci-fi, because I'm ready to rant.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't sure if we were having that time. Okay. So apparently...
Well, you realize that, like, we own the network. Like, we have as much time as we
want. Yeah, I know. But I wasn't sure if you wanted to stick to a schedule or what. But
we're figuring it. This is what debut episodes are all about. It's so that we can fix our schedule. So it's, we can go back and look and say, well, this worked and this didn't. and then we absolutely change nothing, and then we just keep doing the same stuff anyway.
Since we just got through talking with DC, we'll lead off into some more.
Okay.
The old Lois Lane, you remember Margot Kidder?
Yeah.
Really does not like the new Lois Lane.
They never do.
The
Ladies are catty like that.
The woman behind one of the most famous incarnations of Lois Lane is not pleased about the version that's part of DC's current cinematic universe. In an interview with Hey You Guys, Margot Kidder bashed the latest portrayal of Lois Lane as sexist and old-fashioned. Which, I'm sorry, I have a problem with that because I love the hell out of Amy Adams.
Wow. Did you say sexy and outdated?
And you realize she was actually in Smallville, too. She was the girl that drank the green juice. You remember the kryptonite-infused shakes?
Yeah, the
veggie shakes?
The Mountain Dew. Oh, my God. This is so disturbing.
But
This
yeah,
is so disturbing.
she hates it.
And she came out publicly, I guess, and said this.
Yeah. She's like, I don't like her.
Okay.
I'm Lois Lane.
Mm.
Anyway, let's move on.
So she jelly. That's all it is. Well, Lois, she's always felt that sense of entitlement anyway. I mean, how are you going to live your life and keep getting into messed up situations, expect some dude in blue pajamas to come save you all the time? That's not, but yet, keep in mind, you apparently don't really care about him as much as you purport to, because you don't even know what he looks like when he puts his glasses on. Put his glasses
You got a point.
Put his glasses on, kick his hair to the left instead of the right, different guy. And she just doesn't care.
Superman.
You know what? I have a really funny Superman story to tell you sometime.
Okay.
I cannot tell you on the air, though.
Okay.
Absolutely
All right.
not.
So how about this? Bill Nye. You remember good old Bill Nye, the
science guy. Yes.
He is moving to Netflix to become the official science guy on Netflix.
You know what? It's about time. It's about time. Number one, Bill Nye was awesome. Number two, Bill Nye is awesome. Number three,
it's Bill Nye.
Kids need science these days, especially, because you know what? We both live here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the only young minds absorbing any kind of science these days are meth cooks.
So he's actually gone on and saying that I'm excited to be working with Netflix on a new show where we'll discuss the complex scientific issues facing us today with episodes of vaccinations, genetically modified foods, and climate change. He continued with the right science and good writing. We'll do our best to enlighten and entertain our audience, and perhaps we'll change the world a little. The show is set to debut in spring 2017. Expect bow tie sales to skyrocket. Because science.
I'm going to pass on the bow tie thing, but only because
bow ties are awesome.
It's not a Bill Nye issue. It's a
bow ties are cool.
That's okay. Yeah, we said that. You know what? That should be the tagline.
It's a
Tweaked
Doctor Who
Geeks,
thing. That's why I said it.
Where bow ties are cool.
Bull.
So I'm going to tell you something that you already know, but the rest of our listeners don't. It's going to upset everyone. But immediately after, I'm going to accept the challenge, and I'm actually going to do it.
Okay.
I have never seen an episode of Doctor Who.
Oh. What are you doing on this show?
Owning it. Next.
This is my show. I can do it.
Right. Now, I've never seen one. There are a lot of Whovians out there.
Can I make a suggestion?
Okay.
Okay. Regardless of what anybody says, do not worry about going back to Doctor Number 1, okay?
Yeah, that's where I messed up. That's where I messed up.
Start with number 9.
Okay. So the first 8 doctors are irrelevant, or what?
Yeah, well, they're not irrelevant, but
when they just drag?
When 9 started, it was basically a reboot off the original series.
Okay.
Okay. Gotcha. There was like a 10-year break in there.
Right.
Okay, so 9 is kind of basically the reboot.
No, so is this kind of like a Torchwood thing, or?
Torchwood is actually a
I know it's
spin-off.
I know Torchwood is an acronym
for.
Or no, sorry, not an acronym.
a rearranging of letters.
Yeah, what is that when they rearrange letters? Somebody figure that out for me.
Yeah.
What is it when?
Come on, Mike. I know you know the answer to this.
Whenever you rearrange the letters.
But anyway, Torchwood is actually a spinoff of Doctor Who.
Okay.
But
so it's not a Doctor Who. It's a Doctor Who universe show, but it doesn't focus on the Doctor.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Exactly. Gotcha. But yeah, if you're going to start, and I suggest you do, start with Doctor Number 9, the 2005 reboot.
Okay. Okay. I'll do that because I'll be honest.
Because if you start with Doctor Number 1 or even 8, you're going to get burnt out and bored because technology.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. What you mean, like? With
I don't want
to
to go watch a science fiction in black and white. Okay, it's just not science fiction anymore.
Okay, that's to me that's the ultimate sci-fi, though.
It's the history of sci-fi.
Let me explain something. You want to know what really truly made me appreciate old sci-fi like that? Because keep in mind, I had never really seen any of it except for like maybe a couple of episodes of Lost in Space that my stepdad was watching.
Thanks, Envy.
Yes. Envy, Jade. Chocolate Crystal. Love it. She says, all right, guys, I've got to bounce. I've been thoroughly nerd-tained. She says she doesn't care who had the name first. She says, great debut. Thank you, Crystal. Loving it. Crystal, of course, appearing on our flagship show. Give us the name, Phil.
Give you the name of what?
The show that was on before this one.
It is what it is.
Thank you. Damn.
I hang out with you so much that I don't even think of it as it is what it is anymore. It's just Iwi. It's Iwi. Iwi.
Yeah. And you know what? When I say Iwi, nobody understands that I really mean it. It's a word that has 4 eyes in it.
It's
with
an
a
anagram.
W. Thank you. Anagram. That's the name.
But
that's the word.
That's the word.
That's the word
Okay.
for when you
see. When I'm not thinking about it, they just come out.
They just come to you. Yeah, yeah. And actually, that's
and
Iwi. Iwi technically,
it's an acronym.
An acronym is where you. It's basically an abbreviation of like all the letters. The word that you make when you come up with the abbreviated letters. Like AIDS is an acronym for acquired immunodeficiency syndrome.
But EWI is an acronym.
Right. EWI is an acronym. What we were talking about earlier with Torchwood is an anagram. There we go.
Just
so
making
there's
sure
the
we
word.
got it all clear.
There we go. Cool. And it only took us, 10 minutes? Yeah. And keep in mind.
We're not the brightest nerds.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. Well, no, we're not the brightest nerds because we've got 6 computers in this room and nobody Googled nothing. Because it's Google's birthday. We're giving Google the day off. Thank you, Google. No. The very if the word for making an acronym, then making an acronym into a word again. Wait. Yes. Something like that.
I'm scratching my head.
No. He says
literally.
No, he says it's the word for making an acronym and then making the acronym into a word again. So, like I said, the word AIDS, AIDS, is an acronym, though said as a word, which stands for acquired immunodeficiency syndrome.
Okay.
You get it?
Gotcha.
So that's where it is. I am super excited about the way this is going. Might have to turn this into a 2-hour, bro. Sorry. Anyway,
we might have to.
No, I mean like forever. So anyway,
no, that's what I'm
just,
agreeing with you here.
Yeah,
okay, I understand what you're saying.
Just forever.
Okay, so let's see. I've got some science fiction fantasy. I still got some game news.
Hit it.
There is one thing that I'm going to want to end the show with, and it's something I've come up with, and we'll save it, but it's the Fantasy Girl of the Month.
Fantasy Girl? Ooh, that's going to get us in some trouble.
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
so what do you want? Some gaming or some sci-fi fantasy?
Oh, no, just bring on the Fantasy Girls. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sci-fi. Sorry, my bad.
Sci-fi. We'll go back over here. Oh, crap.
Mike says, time, where we're going, we don't need time. You know what? I'm gonna say that if I'm ever sentenced to years of something, and the judge I'm going to sentence you to time, I don't need time. Thanks. We're good.
So I doing some different science fiction research and whatnot to prepare for the show, I actually came across something that was really interesting.
Okay.
There is a Hollywood science fiction museum.
Oh yeah.
I never heard of this.
Oh yeah.
And I'm looking through.
Oh
and
yeah.
it's like
awesome. It is like one of the nerd mecca locations of the earth.
I mean, they've got it all. They've got the vehicles, and when I say vehicles, there's all the Enterprises and
yeah.
Yes.
I want to I wanted to go to Vegas.
There are multiple Enterprises.
Oh, here we go.
Just in case there's a certain person listening.
Here we go.
I'm not going to say no names, Andrew.
Wow. Wow. And, Andrew, if you'd like to advertise with us here on Tweaked Geeks.
Just playing.
Oh,
just
man.
playing.
Man.
But yes, I mean, they have it all. I mean, I want to go to this place.
It says, I want to go to this place. It sounds magical.
I want to have a nerdgasm there.
I want to go to... What does that look like? I don't even want to know.
Get me in this place and you'll find out.
I don't even want to know what's entailed in the cleanup. Just let's...
man, you know what? Get me in this place and we will find out.
No, you will find out. I will be in the car. So, yeah. While you're pulling that, and keep in mind, we're talking about nerd destinations that I want to go to. I want to go to the Star Trek experience that was in Vegas. I don't even know if it's still there.
Oh,
it's
man, I remember that.
Years. It's been years and years and years. And the only reason that I would imagine is that it would still be there is because it's not like the popularity of Star Trek as a franchise has taken a hit. And I mean, keep in mind, Paramount and the people that put out Star Trek properties, they've put out a lot of stuff that, one, nobody's ever heard of, two, nobody gives a damn about, and three, stuff that just doesn't... It's almost as if it was shoehorned into the Star Trek universe. Mm-hmm. Okay? And they're good for a lot of that. But what's weird is even when they feel like they're force-feeding you some of the same crap and some of the same storylines as you've been getting, you still really kind of get it. It's a very unique way of doing it. And if you think about it, if you think through, and I don't want to say every Star Trek property, we'll concentrate on the shows, but if you think through the Star Trek properties, you will notice a lot of commonalities in the way that the stories are presented and locations and things like that. And there's very little deviation. And when they've tried that deviation and have found that it hasn't worked, they've gone back and reworked it. And now that first thing that they did that seemed totally screwed up actually kind of fits. I'll give the example. Naturally, Kirk series, TOS, the original series.
Okay.
It worked great for its time, even though it really didn't become a success. It was a sleeper hit and really didn't start to gain success until they'd already gone into syndication.
Right.
Okay. But then it gets this cult following and people follow it, and it's great. And, due to the time, there's not a lot of money and technology to be able to put them in various places on the ship, on various planets, and things like that. Okay, now we fast forward to, what was it, 85, 86, 87, something like that. 87? And you've got and then you've got the Next Generation, okay, which you can tell that it started out as very low budget, low res thing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But very, very quickly picks up, and you can see it almost immediately. It was almost as if somebody
by episode 4,
right,
it was like bam.
Well, it was. It took longer than that.
I don't know. I think it was at least until the second season. By the second season, you were definitely seeing a progress.
Season 2 was when things really started to progress in the way of their set dressings, practical effects, costuming, and things like that. But it was like there was a moment at the end of the second season going into the third season where it was almost as if, like, the biggest, richest Star Trek nerd ever to exist was sitting on the side of, at the set one day, watching them film this and go, man, this would be great if they had just a little bit more money, and then just starts writing checks. And then they come back, like right back from that, and all of a sudden the uniforms are different, the cameras are different, the bridge pieces are set up, and you could tell where they started sinking a lot of money into the visual presentation of it, and it just took off. And one of the things that happened, jumping from the original series to the Next Generation and all that, was not just showing the crew working, not just showing the crew going to battle stations, not just showing the crew beaming down to planets. You start to now see what's going on in their downtime,
Right.
what's going on in their off time. And so now you've got set pieces like 10 Forward, the Arboretum, you know, and of course the corridor sets that they use as they're walking from one place in the ship to the other, and so on. And now you're getting this. Now, let's put that aside. Let's go forward to the next series, which is Deep Space Nine.
Cisco.
Okay. So now, the first thing they did is they took it and they said, all right, the commanding officer's not going to be a captain. That's the first thing they did. If you recall, Cisco jumping in to the series, in the origin piece, he was a lieutenant commander.
I thought he was just flat out commander.
No, not on the Saratoga.
Okay, on the Saratoga.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah, that's what I say. He was on the Saratoga before he lost his wife.
Right.
And then,
I thought you were talking about like straight off the bat, right inside Deep Space Nine itself.
Yeah, no. He made commander sometime between Wolf 359 and the arrival of DS9.
The greatest of all battles.
Yeah, I wouldn't say the greatest, but definitely one of those.
Historical?
It was terrible in and of that they never had an effing chance. That's where it was. Okay. But anyway, as I was saying, the commonalities between the series, you got 10 Forward on the Next Generation, and then you move forward, and what do you have in DS9? You got Quark's Bar. Okay. You had places like the Arboretum and the Fencing Bay and things like that on the Enterprise and the Next Generation. Fast forward to DS9, you've got the temples, the Bajoran temples on board.
Yeah.
Okay. You have Bajor, a whole planet. Okay. And up until they started doing things with like the runabouts more and introducing the Defiant, as being attached to DS9.
As the greatest ship ever.
You heard that, Andrew? You heard that, right? And Defiant is the greatest ship ever. You can't say nothing. Ever. Don't you ever say nothing bad about the Defiant again or I'll cut you. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm done now. Anyway, so you have these things that fit. And keep in mind, like I said, there's certain things that they've tried, and then they screwed it up, but then they went back and reworked it. And then not only did the rework work really well, but then all of a sudden the stupid mistake that they made before made perfect sense as to why it made it different. The Enterprise, both of them before, the TOS and TNG, boldly go where no man has gone before. A simple premise, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. They, of course, strike that narration from the beginning credits of DS9.
Yep.
Because at the time, they're not thinking about boldly going where no man has gone before. It's more like boldly getting up every day and trying to keep all this Cardassian crap working, trying not to get shot at and killed, and trying to deal with all these other racist aliens that are running up and down the hallways.
And who knows what's going to come out of that wormhole.
Right. And a lot of viewers looked at that and they were like, okay, it's boring. They don't go anywhere. They don't do anything and whatnot. And so all of the stories that took place off of the station became like this special thing. Okay. Mm-hmm. But then they say, okay, well, we're going to start doing more with the runabouts. We are going to introduce the Defiant. And not only are we going to have ships coming to the station, but we're going to show what happens when ships, and Federation and any other, alignment alike, we're going to show what happens when they leave here. What's the direct after result of that? If you think about it, even Wolf 359 in some way was copied in Deep Space Nine. Oh, did we forget about the war with the Dominion Wars? Yeah, which, by the way, equally bloody. But I think, like I said, Wolf 359 was just one of those. It's one of those wars that was terrible because it was kind of like as the 40 warships were flying toward the Borg, everybody's just like, we are so screwed. I don't even know why we're out here. Oh my God, we're going to war on a Thursday. I was supposed to get paid tomorrow. God, I owe Quark 3 bars of gold pressed latinum. He's all up in my butt about it. Jesus. Whereas the Dominion War, everybody's like, oh no, these are just like really, really tough creatures. We can do this. And so it became, and so that's what made that war terrible, because you had to examine death on both sides, loss on both sides, all that. Wolf 359 is, I'm pretty sure that the official Federation plaque back at San Francisco just says Wolf 359, damn it. Like that's it. So, but again, even that storyline covered. And the decision to make the DS9 universe expand outward while at the same time maintaining kind of a home.
Yeah.
All of a sudden set that series apart, because before it was just, you made a series where everybody literally does the same thing as the plasma tubes in the engineering that run up to the MIRC. On set they have it, and there's an abbreviation on it that says GNDN, and it stands for goes nowhere and does nothing. Yes, this is true. On the Enterprise D, the plasma conduits that run up to the antimatter reaction chamber in engineering, if you look closely, you will see the GNDN acronym there.
I'm going to have to look.
Yes, and it stands for goes nowhere and does nothing. And that's kind of the way that people felt about DS9. That's kind of the way, but now they started going places and things like that. But again, maintaining that core element at home. And all of a sudden, DS9 went from missing the thing that made TNG great to gaining and then maintaining two things that TNG fans never even knew that they really missed, which was that core element. Think about it. You want to know what one of the best season, I think it was either season 2 or season 3. You want to know what one of the best episodes was following the Best of Both Worlds?
Go ahead.
The one right after the Best of Both Worlds, the two-parter. It was the one right after where Picard returns home to La Barre, France.
Okay.
And deals with his brother Robert.
Right.
Okay. I thought that was one of the best episodes ever.
DS9 relaunched Detroit into space.
Nope. They'll send it back. Anyway, no, I thought that was one of the greatest episodes ever, because it showed a very non-commanding, non-Picardish Patrick Stewart's expression of the captain after having to deal with the weight of assimilation, after having to deal with the weight of, friends, family, Federation colleagues, people he'd served with in Starfleet, being, or at least feeling, responsible for those deaths, the loss. I mean, 40 warships? Yeah,
right.
that ain't nothing to sneeze at. That's not a small deal.
Nope.
So when you're looking at how this will affect a character, and you really take the time to evaluate it in an episode, and you don't do it later on. You don't wait 10 episodes down the road and then you say, okay, yeah, you know what? He went through this and maybe he would be really affected like this, so let's put a story out about it. Okay, they're not doing like the Law and Order SVU formula, okay, where Benson catches a perp in season 2 and then later on in season 7 she feels guilty about it because maybe he was innocent.
Right.
This particular arc from the Best of Both Worlds going into, I believe the name of that episode was Reunion, and I want to say that it was a season 2 to season 3 cliffhanger. Am I right? Tell me I'm right. Best of Both Worlds.
Okay, I'm actually looking something else up. But
okay, well, you know what? Then I'll look it up.
You know what? Hey,
fine. Yeah.
I mean, you're that curious. Okay.
Fine. Yeah.
Star Trek.
Yes, I want to know.
TNG.
Yes. The Best of Both Worlds. I believe it to be end of season 2 going into season 3. Or it could be the end of season 3 going into season 4.
So
but I'm actually,
the Star Trek man doesn't know for sure.
Okay, first of all,
he knows it all.
Okay, first of all,
but he doesn't know this.
I'm going to need you to be just slightly more respectful.
Best of Both Worlds, Part 1 was the last episode in Season 3.
Okay, so then,
So Part 2 of the Best of Both Worlds
was
kicked
the
off
first
Season 4.
Was the first episode
and
of Season 4.
And it was not called Reunion.
What was it called?
It was called Family.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
All right. Okay, fair enough.
You're supposed to know this shit.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm sorry.
I give you that one. But still, it was a damn good episode, and I think that it was a damn good treatment for coming off of the Best of Both Worlds, coming away from the Wolf 359 thing, and not just dealing with it from the standpoint of the lower ranked officers, the no-namers, and the enlisted, and trying to look at it as a mass people thing, but to really bring the story down to one person. And then on top of that, to intercut that with a story that we never even really knew about. We never knew anything about Picard's brother or family or anything like that. We knew he was from France, and we knew that the Picards were explorers, and that's pretty much what we knew. Okay? We didn't know that he had a nephew that he called uncle. We didn't know that he and his brother didn't get along and that they were always bitter. We didn't know that his old, ugly-ass-looking brother had a hot-smoking-ass wife. Okay, we knew none of that. But they were able to not only examine the aftermath of a story that they had already told, but they were able to interweave that with the story that we never heard and show how both are relevant to one another. And anytime you can do that with a universe that is expansive as the Star Trek universe. Because first of all, the one thing that I think that Star Wars and Star Trek have in common, that they are always going to be even on, is the fact that their universes will expand for all time. It's not like where you've got a character or you've got a series and it just spreads out this far. Okay. The Star Trek universe is more expansive than even I know, because you haven't looked at comic books, animated series that was out, and don't even get me started on fan fiction. Okay, not to mention all of the stories that were written but never told that are sitting in a vault somewhere. And the same is true of Star Wars. The only thing with Star Wars is that they actually decided that they were going to take those stories that weren't told, or the lesser-known stories, and spruce them up, twist them up a little bit, ruin it just a bit with Jar Jar, and then go ahead and throw it out. And so they're actually trying to tell those stories, and I think that that's actually kind of where they messed up. I think that they should have maybe found a way to more capitalize on the stories that had been told in the original episodes released, which I believe would be 4, 5, and 6, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I think that they should have taken what we didn't know in 4, 5, and 6 and not necessarily drag it out into 3 movies or 3 episodes. I think that that probably would have worked better as just maybe even a 2-movie type thing, splitting the difference amongst the 3 so that it didn't drag, and so that there wasn't so much opportunity for them to put in extraneous and useless things that they didn't think anybody would like, or things that they thought would serve the story that had no place in the universe to begin with.
Right.
I think that that's where the problem occurs. If you try to say, okay, we're going to take these and we're going to make 3 whole feature-length movies out of them, and they're going to be huge budget deals, then yeah, as you introduce more content, more story, and more character into these things, you're going to F it up. I mean, it is what it is. But, oh, wait, that was wrong. I really meant it is what it is. I wasn't plugging the show. Damn.
Show plug.
So, yeah, that's where I'm at with that. And I'm going to stop ranting about Star Trek now, because
it's what you do.
Yeah, it is what I do. I try. Give me something.
All right, I've got
Pocket-sized drones. Sorry.
I got really only one thing left. Well, no, I've got some game stuff.
Yeah, I want to talk about some game stuff.
Game stuff. Okay, how about this? Fans embarrassed Sega by making a good 3D Sonic game.
Wow.
Fans did.
Wow. Well, I mean, that doesn't surprise me.
No, the way with fan technology today.
Well, I mean, not even so much that, but the imagination of the fan. The fan has the distinct advantage of being able to take a property that they like and they care about,
mm-hmm.
and they're able to kind of expand into it from the standpoint of somebody who viewed the original property as a consumer, as a viewer, to experience it. Okay? You know what I seriously think? I think that there should be like some sort of rule or some sort of provision that if a movie studio makes a really good movie, right, let's say they make Phreze Part 1, the origin story, okay? When they go to make Part 2, I don't think that those people, like, I don't think it should be movie studios doing that. I seriously think that fans should be able to, contribute to the property.
Yep.
And give to it. Because I think that, one, fans are more concerned with consistency and credulousness. I think that fans are more likely to treat the property with respect.
Yep.
If they were able. So, the bottom line, the short version is, I think that at least one sequel in any series should be written largely on fan contributions and submissions. Because what happens is when you make a movie as a studio and then you think about a sequel, because you're doing this for dollar signs, you're going to go back to the first movie and you're either going to try to figure out what made it money or what lost it money. And yeah, and that's where it is. Horde mode finally returns for Gears of War 4.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Wait, you're not happy with this? You're a Gears of War guy.
Actually, no. I'm not a Gears guy per se. I enjoyed the first Gears of War. I did. But I enjoyed it playing the campaign.
Right.
And that was it. I do not like playing the multiplayer.
Gotcha.
And
really?
Well, the Unreal Engine, which is the game engine that I believe that they used for the first one, possibly the second one, I don't know. I don't know if they're still using that same engine. But that third-person over-the-shoulder view in tandem with the movement of that character bugs the hell out of me. I feel so immobile when I attempt to play a multiplayer game of Gears of War. And that's any of them.
Okay.
It's very limiting.
I found that article. I thought it'd be something you'd be interested in.
No, don't get me wrong. I would love to watch it. I'd watch it and dig it and enjoy it that way. I would. But from the standpoint of like gameplay, yeah, no. Uh-oh.
So, Nintendo announces 3DS games to tide you over until the NX. The NX is the new big bad for Nintendo. It's the replacement for the Wii U.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm only
there
hating because I couldn't afford a Wii U when they came out. And, yeah. No.
Okay, so Nintendo announced some big news today. No, it wasn't the big news you were waiting for. Details of the company's increasingly less mysterious upcoming console NX. Instead, today, Nintendo's Direct detailed a slew of new titles for the 3DS. If the rumors are believed and the NX replaces both Nintendo's console and handheld lines, the 3DS's days may be numbered. But the owner of the aging device should rest assured knowing that they'll have some great games to play in the system's final months.
I've not. Xbox has ruined me. That's what it is.
So,
Xbox has ruined me.
One of those big announcements, something my wife will be very excited about.
Okay.
Pikmin.
What?
She is a Pikmin fanatic. And apparently they're making a Pikmin game for the 3DS. But yeah.
I couldn't. It was like Beautiful Katamari. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. There's only been a couple of Nintendo offerings since the GameCube that I've really, I'm like, okay, that's worth playing. I did not, Nintendo kind of ruined me when they did not release high definition video for the original Wii. And I know that doesn't seem like a big deal considering that.
But they did release it for the Wii U.
And again, that upsets me. That's like that's like buying a Blu-ray player, then having to go and buy a high definition Blu-ray player when the first one should have been high def to begin with. It's what that's yeah.
I don't know. It is. I'm not going to say it, but you know what it is.
Yeah. That's just right. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. So, yeah.
Other than that, I literally have nothing else left to offer except...
You got nothing?
Except the Fantasy Girl for the month of November.
The Fantasy Girl for November.
And are you ready?
Yes.
No, I don't believe you. Are you ready?
Yeah! Okay, go ahead.
Here it comes. Raleigh Ivanova.
Oh.
Our fantasy girl is portraying...
Raleigh Ivanova. I don't even know how to say her name, but...
our fantasy girl here is portraying Black Canary. And multiple...
I like the outfit, but they need to change that mask up. That's all I'm asking.
All right.
But the outfit,
Fair
oh
enough.
yeah, she is wearing the hell out of that.
Fair enough.
Yep, she's okay.
Oh, there's one
Fair.
without the mask.
Fair enough.
And I will post these on our Facebook page.
Do that.
I will definitely. Don't worry, guys.
Can you send me my own copy? If you have to, you can print it for me. But
and
I'm gonna need it laminated.
Tweaked Geeks Fantasy Girl of the Month. Once again, Raleigh Ivanova. Cosplay as Black Canary.
Miss Ivanova, we salute you.
Sure.
This has been our first episode of Tweaked Geeks, and definitely not the last. You'll be able to join us every week. We're going to be going on air on Saturday.
Do we have a time yet?
We don't. And to be quite honest, I threw Saturday out there tentative only because...
It could be Sunday.
Because that's DJ day. You know how it is. But either way, you'll get us once a week. Once a week, we will roll up in your house and just start talking nerd stuff because that's what we do.
Just pay attention to the Zero G Network page.
Thank you.
And on Spreaker, and they will... You'll see it when it pops up.
Absolutely. And, of course, now, you will be with us when we take Iwi to Riot, right? You know that.
Yes.
You're going
absolutely,
with us. Okay,
absolutely. I will be there Saturday.
Thank you. And that is it.
And one other thing, guys, you can find us on Facebook under Tweaked Geeks. All one word.
Yes. And you can find us here on Spreaker, on the Zero G Network. Yes. You can just go to Spreaker.com/user/Phreze. Phreze is Phreze. So there it is. Phil? It's been awesome. I like this.
It's been fun.
It's good.
I am looking forward to future episodes.
And we've got lots and lots more content to cover with you all. But in the meantime, we are going to be out. Thank you all for listening. I'm Phreze.
I'm Phil.
And we're out.
Bye.
Marijuana Support Page. It's about time we all twist it up.
I wanted to say that I really love your guys' show. It's fantastic.
I just wanted to say,
Keep up the good work.
keep up the good shit, man. This show is fucking
There's
dope.
nothing like it anywhere. I listen to it every week.
I listen toked up and stoked up.
I look forward to it. You guys are funny as hell.
And you're listening to
You are listening to
It is what it is.
It Is What It Is on the Zero G Network.
the Zero G Network
Every Sunday
from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m.
on Zero G Network.
Because it is what it is, and nothing will hold them down.
Because nothing will hold them down.
Because nothing will hold them down. You hear me? Nothing!